This is the wheel of life. This is the wheel of life. The wheel that is going to get us from Nairobi to Mombasa. If it gets up punctured, we are not going to get to Mombasa. Always remember these 8 goals we are going to talk about. Now I'm going deeper. Now I'm going deeper about the 8 goals. I say it's financial. Let's say if you are doing zero, umesota, hata pia unaomba hata simuweze piga, what is it called? What do you start? You know you have never been broke. What is that? Kuna wale Jeremy, and then we enter into the presentation, which is the lane for the cars that move. Everybody there was there. So, if you are at zero, okay, I want you to put that. I remember we talked about, I want you to just do that, so that you can remember, Under each one of them, how are you doing in each one of them? I'm not talking about your neighbor, about your sitting next to you. I'm talking about you. I want to see how you're doing on each one of them. The first one, is financial. I say we are going this as 0%. Whether we sort out 0% means half, and if you are talking about 100%, so how do you move from zero? I see the same from the saying that when I joined BF, I had nothing. But I made my first, Jeremy first. 12,000, the next one was 57,000. Then from there, 103. So after that, when you make more, fantastic. So maybe Jeremy is here. Maybe Jeremy is at 50%. From 0 to 100%. What about you? How are you doing with your job? How are you doing with your job? How are you? I want you to put a star where you put a star. Don't look at your neighbors. Wewe kaka star, pale ninaona siku kama Jeremy. Financial. Maybe my goal is to be done at 200,000. How far are you? That's where you think that's where nobody's going to laugh at you. Because it's your journey. Have you done that? Let's move to the next one. How are you doing with your physical goals? Are you feeling that your skin needs more elasticity? Are you feeling that you lost? Are you feeling that you need to the gym? Are you feeling that you feel better for a very long time? Or do you get this back sometime? How are you doing? Put a star where you think you are. If you feel that me, I look at man, I'm okay, man, I'm like my sister yesterday gave a testimony. That was a wonderful testimony. About how weight from 140, someone from 140. What was she? 140. She was seated here. She stepped out. From 140, now she's gone down. She's going down, dance and she's feeling lighter. She's working on her goals. What about you? Put a star where you think you are. Do you think, me, I'm good, me, I'm 100%. Alright, next one. In my reading, where do I have you? Do I watch Team Roll? Are you lazy? Remember the last you can even read. How are you doing with your mental goals, with your personal development goals? Next one. Spiritual goals. Put a star. Now you get the drill. I think I can care more. Last December when I didn't donate my everybody close to me. I didn't even try and get a friend of mine from BF SUMA. I didn't even try and tell somebody about the opportunity. How are you doing with your goals? I don't go even to church. I don't go to the mosque. How are you working on that? Social goal. Even my neighbors don't know what They just see me leave the house with a BF SUMA bag. They don't even say to me. You know, there's some guys who are so good and so popular that wherever they go, even they get a nickname, you hear somebody's called, yule ni Kamari, Kamash. Ama ule ni Omosh. You know, there's some people, just by their name, they are called out there because people, they are so friendly with people. How are you doing with your social goal? Family goal. Do you spend quality time? Maybe you are employed. By 5 o'clock, when you're going home, the jam is so big, By the time you get home, you can't cook for the kids and they love your chapati. Now the maid has to cook for them. Over the weekend, you tell them, kids have to go back to work. No time. Do you have quality time? Do you have time to spend with your spouse? Put a star where you are. Or do you think you can get more? There's a lady called Margaret. And Margaret was working with Standard Chartered Bank. The husband was working for a bank. And every time she got home, she couldn't have time to see the kids. They were already in bed, the two kids. By the time she woke up because of the jam, the kids were in bed. Over the weekend, overtime at the bank. She quit when she came to a meeting like this. When she heard about network marketing, that you could have time, freedom. So how are you doing yourself? This is my question to you. Put a star. Next one. Security. How secure are you? We've talked about security. There are times when we feel, me, I'm okay with my job. And even my relatives have gone through that mess. Recently, one was sacked from the KQ. He hadn't built a house. He was living in a posh place of 300,000 and he doesn't have a job. He tried looking for his friends like me and relatives and we helped him out because he had been auctioned twice. He was not secure. There are times when we are living a life, but we are not secure. You get my point? What about you? How secure are you? Recognition. I was telling you about the lady. Now I can tell you about the lady in Uganda. She came to our meeting. We were about 2,000 people. We were doing a recognition. She is the wife of the deputy commander of the army in Uganda. She saw me calling up people on stage to get their medals, to get their pins, to get their certificates, and she was seated there because she was an invited guest. Later on, she came to me and said, hey, I was a young man then in network marketing. Young man, why did you call me up on stage? And I told her, madam, these are people who have been doing A, B, C, D. She joined the business and within 1 month, she was the top distributor there. She needed recognition. She never got recognition from the other army commanders. They were just thinking about the husband. She never got any recognition from her bodyguards. When she came to the meeting with 2 bodyguards, 3 cars following her. There are people who will join this business because of recognition they get. My friend, the late Oria Manduli, came to a meeting at the KICC. She was sitting down there. She saw ladies being called up on stage and she was left behind. She has 2 houses she used to tell me she has 2 houses in Muthaiga and 1 in Riverside Drive. Yet we didn't call her on stage. She joined. She became what we call a sapphire director in the business. Why? Because she wanted to get recognition. So even in Mombasa, there's some people you can talk to. Don't talk to them about financial. They've got the money. They are looking good. They went and studied everywhere. They like helping other people. They are social. They love their families, and they are secure, but they never get recognition. So when you're going out looking for people to join your network, sometimes also look for people who love recognition. Sindio? Kuna wale wakija kwa stage unamwambia unaona yule alijoin juu ya recognition. Sindio? So put a star where you are. Yes, and then now I want you to put those. Let's connect them now, guys. Let's connect them. I want you to connect them that way. Connect them. Uniambie kama hiyo gari itatoka Nairobi ifike Mombasa. A lot of punches here, jamani. That's how life is. Not only with you, we aim to see how can I get to 100%. The reason why you joined BF SUMA is because of that. I repeat, you joined BF SUMA because of this kind of will. Look at this, guys. Look at this empowerment. Let's go to the first one. Financial well-being, your career. Do you know, guys, one thing is this. I told you my story yesterday and told you that I was a teacher earning only 888 shillings per month. I was living in Down Road next to Madare. Then I started working for 10 years, but I was still broke. That's a career. So there are times when you ask yourself, how can I improve on my career? And when you look at the BF SUMA opportunity, this is where we come in. The history of the company, it's been empowering people since inception. If you think about the image, come to Nairobi. When I went to K1, one of the reasons I said I want to work with this company is when I look at the image. I go to a training room and say, this is home. Do you love the image on BF SUMA?
Yes.
Do you love it?
Yes.
You get flyers, you get this kind of banners out there. Think about the empowerment we give you. You don't have to think about the image, the company does that for you. The marketing plan is done for you. You don't have to go and start saying, I'm going to open my Dukawala or my shop. Here we give you a plan. Your career is already set for you. We've already gotten the products for you. You don't have to start doing some guesswork and saying, let me go and formulate some of my own products. Let me go to Turkey and bring in some shoes. Let me go to India. No, we are saying, we have the marketing plan for you. We've got the products for you. We give you the support. You can see the country manager is in your town. You can see that the other corporate staff are here to give you support. You don't have to think about that. They pay you a commission. Do you have to employ an accountant for yourself? No, they give you that support and you get results out of it. So when people ask me, Cyrus, what is one of the reasons why one should join BF SUMA? I tell them financial well-being, because the company takes care of all the corporate issues, not me. They bring the product from America, not me. They clear the goods, not me. And they come up with a compensation plan. I don't have to do it. And all I have to do is TTP. Can you say TTP? TTP. Where TTP stands for talk to people. Can you say talk to people? Talk to people. You get in the lift, you talk to somebody. You go to church, talk to someone. You go to the mosque, talk to someone. Everywhere we go. Now we are going by the beach. And when I go by the beach and I see those guys who are coming there and hanging around, I'll tell them, hey lady, do you know something? I've got products that can make you look better. You see, I'm going to do that. So BF SUMA gives me an opportunity where I can become my own boss, where I don't have to think about my financial needs, because they give me an open check and tell me to fill in the amount of money that I need to do with the activities I do. Can we clap for this company, guys? The second thing, when people go out there and ask you, what are the benefits? This is what I tell them. You can do BF SUMA on a part-time basis and earn part-time income. That's okay. We don't limit you. You can also do BF SUMA and get financial well-being. Financial well-being is a situation whereby you can afford to go and take your child and family to White Sands. You don't have to touch your salary. It's a situation whereby you can go shopping and buy shoes and other clothes for your family. That's financial well-being. But you can also get financial independence. Financial independence is a situation like where Yvonne is. Yvonne, raise up your hand. There she is. Let's clap for her. Clap for her like you mean it. She's from Nairobi. She's not only a teacher but a music teacher. She's got one of the best voices in the country. And not only that, she quit her job late last year because of this opportunity. She wrote a letter to her boss saying, to whom it may concern. So financial independence is a situation whereby you start realizing somebody's lying to me. This payslip money and these commissions I'm doing part-time, I'm getting more money here. So now I'm going to quit and do it full-time. But you can even go beyond financial independence and create wealth. You have money in the bank. This money in the bank, you're not touching it because you know there's a plot in Ukunda. There's a plot you've been told in Lamu or in Malindi you want to buy out of this money. That's creating wealth. There are people in network marketing. Think about the villas that Madam President has. She has created wealth out of this opportunity. So don't just go up to financial independence. No, go beyond and start saying, Safaricom is selling shares. I've got money in the bank to buy the shares. Hey, there's a plot of land being sold around somewhere. I'm going to get some of my money from BF SUMA and invest in that. Are you getting that point there, guys? So go beyond. We don't limit you from how far you can go. So financial freedom and of course becoming your own boss. Waking up when you feel that I want to wake up. How many people like to wake up when they feel like I want to wake up? Not because there's a boss somewhere. That's one big thing, guys, that people are looking for. The second one, let's go to physical well-being and let's connect it with BF SUMA. BF SUMA, health, products. The testimonies I had yesterday and even in Nairobi, people talking about how they were feeling before and how they are feeling now after using BF SUMA products. So whenever you hear somebody saying, I really want to look young, I want to look good, I want to feel good, I want to be in a clean environment, I want my skin to be top-notch with no damages. That's where we come in. So whenever you're talking about the 8 goals, remember the physical well-being. And look at the BF SUMA employment. The research and development, that the company has got its own manufacturing plant, it's got its own doctors, it's got its own researchers who make sure that every product that comes on the table has been tested, has been gone through laboratory tests, is safe, is potent, and is for you. You don't have to do it. You are in Kenya, you don't have to know what's happening out there in America with the research and development. They empower you with that. They also empower you to make sure that manufacture quality, all the products, nutrition, skincare products, every product they bring on the table is safe for you. That's how the empowerment you get from BF SUMA. So when you're talking that is going to manufacture, is going to do the research for you, is going to bring the product all the way from America for you, and all you'll need to do, remember, is TTP. Can you say TTP again? TTP. Yeah, that's all you need to do. You just need to become a partner. BF SUMA tells you, plug in. We've already set the systems for you. Are you learning something here today? Yes. Now think about the next one, mental well-being. When I was invited by Susan, and she told me, let's go to Mombasa, I said, why not? Because I want to impart some knowledge to you. I want to give you some skills. I want you to have the right attitude. I want you to have the right enthusiasm of life. We are going to the beach. Ooh, that's enthusiasm. You see, let's look at the company here. The product information you get, that's mental well-being. The business information we give you, just go on the website. You will see so many tools. You'll see a lot of YouTube. I've been going on the videos and I was amazed. When I was buying the product called NMN, I was sent by Madam Susan a video on YouTube, and I said, oh my God, that's a lot of research that has been done by the company, and I bought the product. This morning I took my tablet, just one, I took the Duo, and I'm feeling energy. Who wants to do a race with me? Who wants to swim with me and see who's going to beat who? You see, these products are working for me. The company training you get, the leadership development trainings that we get, and the positive environment. Yesterday we had 1,000 people. Can you clap for that? If you want to know how positive that is, just go to the bank one day. If you go to the banking halls, you find they're empty. And then you start wondering, is my money safe? But when you walk into a BF SUMA establishment and see all those excited people, you know, this is where I belong. Turn to the person next to you and say, this is where I belong. This is where I belong. Yeah. Spiritual well-being, sharing, caring, helping and supporting people. Let's look here. Look at that. Our purpose. We make a positive difference in people's lives. Our values. We don't care where you come from. I was talking to a guy who was a Makanga guy. When you listen to Job Mandare, who came into my meeting one day when I was at GNLD, he came with 2. Yeah? All right. This one says I'm covering, this one says I'm fast. Am I fast on this side? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Do you want me to go a bit slower?
Yes.
All right. Think about Job Mandare. You should give me a guide and say, guys here, go slowly. BF SUMA. Guys, are you there? Job Mandare came to a meeting in Nairobi. He came with 2 slippers, but they were different colors, blue and red. He had just come from a Mjengo. And in the Mjengo, he had come from, he was invited to our meeting. And now, what level is he? Senior Crown. Can you clap for that? So, irrespective of where you come from, have you talked to that watchman who is going to sanitize you down there? The Uber guy who brings you here, or the tuk-tuk guy who brings you here? Do you ever talk to everybody and tell them about this opportunity? Don't leave out anybody. Don't leave out anybody. Because you want to care, you want to share with people. I have seen people who are bankers. I have seen people who are coming from the engineering world, but somebody told them about this opportunity that comes here. My friend, now, tuko pamoja? Tunaendelea vizuri pamoja sasa? Oh, you're writing. Don't worry about the notes. Me, I always say, if you've got a nice phone like Jeremy's, why don't you just take a photo? Yeah? Or you will give him. Yeah? You'll give him the notes. Sindio? If I don't cover you, you're going to do that. Now, I want you to look at social well-being. Positive partnerships. Positive people. Positive relationships. That's where you want to be. I want you now to go to another page, a small page under there. I want to do a test on your relationship. Write for me 5 of your customers. Both names. Kama mtu anaitwa Abdalla Amina, ama anaitwa Joshua, ama anaitwa Cyrus Medho, put down both names of 5 of your customers. And I'm coming around to check. Five of your people, customers, or even people in your team, both names. Maybe it's somebody in your team, maybe it's somebody who buys a product. Andika majina matano to write both names. Do you see how you're struggling? Anaitwa David, hiyo jina ni nani? Sijui kama ni Kamau ama ni Kenyanjui. Sijui anaitwa Jeremy nani? Jeremy. My friends, if you are struggling 5 people, what if I told you to write 20 of your friends, both names? Hey, that's a test for you. You need to work on your relationship. You need to know people by both names. Your customers by both names. Hey, Cyrus Medho, how are you doing? People love it. I told you when I go to Uganda, I'm only staying in one hotel called the Sheraton. People ask me, Cyrus, why don't you go to the Serena? It's much better. It's cooler. I tell them, no. The relationships I have formed at the Sheraton for many years. When I go to the reception, those ladies know me by name. Cyrus Medho, welcome to Kampala. That's how they talk, Kampala. And I say, oh, thank you. Then they give me a nice cold juice. They give me a nice cold, wet towel, and I wipe my face because it's as humid as Mombasa. And then when I'm taking my bag to go, they tell me, no, please leave your bag, Cyrus. Somebody's going to bring it to the room. And then when I go to the room, I open the door, the television automatically comes on saying, welcome to Kampala, Cyrus Kamau Medho. This television knows me, man. Because of that, they don't want me to leave. Can you say loyalty? Loyalty. Loyalty is something very big that we need to. Who is the CEO of your own business? Can you point yourself? So how are you doing to keep the loyalty of your customers? That they're not going to somebody else. That they're not buying other products. We need to know people by both their names and call, even their children. Imagine you going to visit a friend and you're going to show them that BF SUMA has come up with a new product, and then you bang the door, and then when you open the door, you find them saying, we wish you a Merry Christmas. And they're all their friends there, or you hear them saying, happy birthday to you. They're doing a birthday for their wife, and you don't know where who's a birthday to. Do you know even the birthdays of your customers? You send them a card, even if it's a virtual card. You need to be knowing all these things. Do you know the schools the children go to school to? When I am flying to, like even to Mombasa, KQ. When I go to KQ stand, they already have given me a frequent flyers card because I fly all over the world. I'm now on my 6th passport. You heard Jeremy say yesterday I've gone to 35 countries. So I don't go and wait in the queues there. They tell me, Cyrus, go karibu to the lounge. When I go to the lounge, I open up my wine, and I love my wine. When I come to your house, make sure it's white. So when I'm sipping my wine, when I finish it, and everybody else has been told to go in the flight, we people who are in the lounge are told, now you can come in, wale wengine wameingia tayari. So we come in casually. Now wanajua wale hao ndio wanaringa. We put our bags there. Why is KQ doing all that? Can you say loyalty? Loyalty. Yeah, they are taking special care for us. Whenever there's a delay of flight, we are the first ones to be called and say, hey Cyrus, You're traveling tomorrow morning. We are sorry to tell you that the flight has been cancelled or has been delayed by 2 hours. They inform me they want to keep my loyalty. What about you? How are you doing with your social well-being? So BF SUMA comes in and says, our business, if you think about our event, we are going for a social event now, and we are going to post those photos on social media, Jamani. Ladies will even be doing this. Woohoo! I mean, think about the teamwork we have. Can you clap for our company here, guys? Sometimes when you're meeting people, tell them, are you interested to work with a group of people who are always socially happy? And people will come and join us. There are people who have got the money, they are looking good, they have everything else, they are very secure, they have their own homes. But when they just see the fun we are going to have, they'll join. You get my point? So don't go just thinking financial freedom, financial freedom. Always be thinking, what do people want in life? Are you learning something here? All right, so now let's look at that one. Family. You want to work from home. You want your kid to go to school and get the best education, BF SUMA. You want to have a lifestyle. We are going to Dubai in April. Can you say Dubai? Dubai. Don't be telling around. It's a common goal for the family. And the company comes in and says, it's a family business. We respect family values, and each partner takes responsibility. Yesterday you had Sly talking about the cars they have. Jeremy was just shaking his head there. The responsibility that they have. Let's clap for these guys here, man. Yeah? Recognition. You know, your achievement. Do you know sometimes even your neighbors don't recognize you? Hata wakiona umekuja na gari mpya, wanaangalia hivyo wanasema, huyu pale, si anafanya KRA amelipa hizo pela. Hizi ni hela za, you know, people don't like it. I don't know why. Sometimes people are so envious of your achievement. Even your relatives. Hata kukiwa na harambee saa zingine unatoa 10k na wale wametoa 500 wanasema ona, ametoa hela wapi? So, but you know, here we make sure that the lifestyle event, I have gone with people who have never even gone to class. I went with one guy to the UK. He's called David Saturday. David Saturday came to our business opportunity meeting in a torn t-shirt, written MTN. MTN is the equivalent of Safaricom in Uganda. He did not have any shoes, he had slippers. He's one of the top ranking distributors in another company in Uganda. He has enjoyed lifestyle. The other day he was showing me photos of him in Canada. I've been everywhere else, but Canada is on my bucket list. So you need to think about the values we have. The pins. Who got a pin yesterday? Who got a pin yesterday? Clap for yourself, guys. We recognize you. We give you awards. Think about that circle now. Think about that circle. Yeah? Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many are here? Think about security. How many people have gotten their own house now? Wow, clap for them, man. Wow. I urge you, if you haven't gotten to that level, this company can get you your own house. Am I right? You don't want at the end of the month somebody knocking there and saying, hey, rent. Say you're paying rent 200, say you're paying, say, 50,000 shillings. In 10 months, how much have you given the landlord? 500,000, right? And yet you can earn 500,000 in 1 month in this opportunity. Am I right? So guys, one of the goals mimi nataka watu wa Mombasa. I know people talk about cars, but from the time we go to that beach today, I want you to be focusing now on house. Can you say house? House. If you focus on house, it's real empowerment, all right? The next thing now, look at the circle. We are now coming to the end of our talk. How many goals did we talk about? 8. I want to see whether my class was attentive. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Clap for yourself. Now, okay, now, Cyrus, we know about the cycle of life. If I can work on those 8 angles, I can be successful. But let me give you a warning. There are some people who work so much on financial. They wake up so early, financial, pesa, 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 pesa the whole day. They don't see their children. Their family goal goes down. So don't work on one goal too much. There are other guys who just work on physical goal. I want to look young, go to the gym. They spend time in the gym. Social life in a there. Have you ever seen some people who are always in the gym? So they're not friendly with you anymore. So don't work on one goal too much and forget that there's another. Just try and balance them. When I'm working on my finances, let me not forget my spiritual goal. Let me be going to have time with God, with Allah. Let me have time to also visit my neighbors. You get my point? Family goal is good for you. But if you spend too much time on family, when will you ever see your friends? Try and balance. Can you say balance? So just try and work on it as a balance. As I grow financially, let me not also forget my physical growth. I've seen some mamas, especially mamas, they work so hard, they wake up at 3 a.m., go get comba, spend time there, come back, no time for family. So try and balance the two. Don't spend too much time in one thing now. Final, put the notes. Worry about what is going here. So, notes will always be shared. Who is the company representative here, right?
I'm a trainer. The other trainers we have here, I'm a head trainer.
All the trainers stand up. Stand up, just stand up. Let's give them a big round of applause. I will leave these notes behind, all right? So that when other people come in, once in a while, just remind people about these things. So don't worry about the notes so much, they'll be in this office. Okay? All right, you can have a seat. Again, if you can draw a circle, it's good for you. Actually, if you draw a circle and say, Cyrus says there are certain activities that are very important for me to become a senior crown, then be going to this page. You can even go and transfer that page and put it somewhere on your wall at home. So that you can be always saying, okay, how am I doing with my attitude? It's not an activity, but it's a habit. It's a good habit. How am I doing with my knowledge? Hey, this week I attended a training. Even the doctor is taking us through a certain product. I need to go. How am I doing with improving my skills on presentation, on training people about the business opportunity? So just on each one of them, how am I doing with personal sponsoring? Am I bringing more people into the business? If not, I need to bring it. I know that people say, this month my team did not do well. Point your finger. Who's the CEO of your business? So, monkey see? Yeah. If people see you not coming for training, they won't come for training. If people don't see you sponsoring, why should they sponsor? So work on your personal and also your team sponsoring and productivity. Let's look a little deeper on each one of them. Attitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. How far am I going to go? How far am I going to go? Will I get to leader, senior leader? It's your attitude. And remember something, it's an outward expression of an inner feeling. So when people talk about the desire, the burning desire, that's what is the attitude of your business. When you talk about 99% of success, and also it determines the approach to life and relationship with people. Your attitude is very important, guys. I can't stop talking about your attitude in this session, and it's the difference between success and life and failure. There were two brothers in the UK. Both of them actually were identical twins. One of them, life became too tough, and you know what they did? They went to the river Thames, and he threw himself down. He died. He died. He left the other brother alone. The other brother was also not living too well, but he didn't throw himself in the river Thames. He became a musician, and if you ever heard a song called Lonely, I'm So Lonely, it became a #1 hit, and he became one of the richest people in the UK. Can you clap for that, guys? Life and death. It's about attitude. Don't give up. Can you say don't give up? Don't give up. Yeah. So there are times when we give up, and yet we have an opportunity here which can turn you around. So the next thing from attitude is, and I'm saying the things you need to always work on here. Knowledge. Do you understand the products, the company, and the plan? Can you come on stage now and told, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome so and so to give us a talk on one product. That lady there, I love your hairstyle. Yes, I know you're writing down. Please come up here. Let's clap for her. She comes up. No, you're not gonna clap for her. Clap until she comes here. Oh, she's a please come up. We're waiting. Please come up. She's refusing. Clap. People continue clapping. She's refusing. Come on. Come on. Clap for her. Clap for her. We're waiting for you. Clap. All right, my brother. Please come up. Clap for him. He's come up very fast. All right, just come on that side there. All right, I want to ask you a question. What's your name?
Benza.
Benza. Please come forward there so that Benza. Let's clap for Mr. Benza. Benza. He's a great man, right? Yeah. So this is a great man I hear about. Finally. All right, Mr. Menza. Because of time, I want you to just take 2 minutes of your time and tell us about one of the products you love a lot. Tell us about it.
Experiment coffee.
Talk to them.
Experiment coffee is a wonderful product because of the ingredients in it.
A bit louder.
Hii bidhaa Experiment Coffee naipenda kwa sababu ya vile virutubisho ama viungo zile ambazo ziko pale ndani yake. Zinasaidia, zinachangamsha mwili, zina nguvu ile ambayo zinapatiana. Watu wengi tunakosea, usifikiri ni nguvu ya kitandani peke yake, ni nguvu ile mwili wa mwanadamu unaweza kuhitaji. Sawa sawa. Ndio maana mimi saa zingine huambia hata wamama ama wanawake wanafaa kutumia Experiment Coffee. Angalia kile ambacho kiko pale ndani. Sawa sawa. Kuna makeup, kuna tangawizi, na zile viungo vingine ambavyo viko pale ndani. Ni bidhaa ambayo na pia matumizi yake usitumie, watu wanatumia usiku. Experiment Coffee haifai kutumia usiku. Tumia asubuhi, alafu vile unapotembea ama vile unafanya shughuli zako za siku, ile nguvu ndio inaingia kwa mwili. Sawa sawa. Hiyo nafikiri.
Na sijui unatumia kiwango gani?
Unatumia ni sacheti moja tu, unachemsha maji ya sikwe moto sana. Sawa sawa. Alafu unaweka hiyo sacheti moja kwa siku. Hiyo boksi mzima iko na 8 sachets. Sawa sawa. Kwa hiyo unatumia moja na unaitumia baada ya kuwa umekula. Sawa sawa.
Sio mbele. Sio kabla hujakula.
Ukitumia kabla ichukula kwanza alafu
unaitumia.
Yes, after.
Sawa sawa. Na nitachukua muda gani kusikia hiyo?
Sasa ile kutumia inategemea na mwili wako ulikuwa uko chini kiwango gani.
Okay.
Kwa sababu sasa zingine inategemea na immunity yako. Kwa sababu ukitumia ile hali ambayo unahitajika ikuongezee ile nguvu unahitaji, inategemea ilikuwa ni kiwango gani kimepungua kwa mwili. Hautaweza enda sawa na mtu mwingine ambaye maybe grafu yake ilikuwa hapa maybe 75 na yako ilikuwa 45%. Na kwa sababu ni kirutubisho, hakina kusema ni utumie box ngapi ama kwa siku ngapi. Unatumia for a while, unapumzika, alafu unaendelea na kutumia.
Na wewe binafsi, hii product imekusaidia vipi?
Imenisaidia sana.
Unashukuru.
Kwa mwezi. Na hivi unavyoniona my brother, tukichomoka mbio hapa, hautaniona.
Kweli?
Unaenda beach, unaona ukitaka kujipima mbio.
Sawa. Let's give him a big hand, Mr. Menza. We need to make sure our teams, everybody in our teams is getting that kind of knowledge and is saying it with excitement. So make sure that your team is coachable and is coming for training. Products, the plan and company, the trainers here, many people fear the plan part. But make sure every week there is a time for leo tunaongea mambo ya plan peke yake. Product and also company. How do I represent the company in the best way in 4 minutes time or 3 minutes time? Very important. Team, get to know your team. Do you know your team members? Kama ninakuambia uandike majina ya watu 5, majina yote 2 and you can't. Do you know your team well? You know what they love? You know where they stay? Please get the knowledge about your team. Are you going to work on your team? Yes. Please get to know your team more and also make sure you can communicate effectively. Yeah? What to do with new and existing distributors. With the New people, I always take them to the new distributor orientation. Within 48 hours, I make sure the new distributor understands how to order products, about PV, about how to get paid, about what works, what doesn't work, about the fastest growing products. We have the top 10. Make sure that there is some orientation going on here. Get a day leaders for a distributor orientation. So it can be Tuesday. Every Tuesday at 9 o'clock, if you are a new distributor, even if you've been there for a long time, you can come for a refresher course. Yeah. It's a very important one. And then for the older ones, make sure you are refreshing them. Try and remove the dust. Sometimes people forget about the plan. Have a day for all distributor training in this room here. If you can do that, then you're going to find people will get the knowledge. Skills. Always become better and effective at explaining. Develop your presentation skills, people skills, and how to sell your ID. Yesterday I was with Madam Sly, and I took you through a small exercise of how to represent yourself. For those who might not be here, I'll just remind you one thing. Doctor, just come up, Daktari. Daktari, let's go for Doctor here. All right. You'll just answer what I ask. So. Yeah, what's your name? No, for the people, please.
My name is Dr. Frank.
Dr. Frank who?
Mwangemi.
Mwangemi. Dr. Frank Mwangemi, where do you come from?
Boy.
From Boy. And how long have you been with BF SUMA?
1 year now.
1 year now. What attracted you to BF SUMA?
The products.
Yes?
The products are quite effective.
Right.
And efficacious.
And efficacious. And so you've helped so many people about using the products, right?
Yes.
Fantastic. And what are some of the experiences you've had? Just some of the positive things since you joined BF SUMA. Personally, yes.
I used some of the products for peptic ulcer disease.
Can you hear him? If you're a doctor and you're using these products, you need to shout louder than me.
You know, when I was learning, they say when a doctor speaks loudly, the patients don't get excited. So we are told to talk. So
that must have been at university in Afghanistan.
So, personally, I first used Antidal because I had issues with dyspepsia, and I had had so many episodes of trying to address them both in and outside the country, and combining with the other few products, now that issue is no longer a problem.
All right. What about helping people?
A lot of them. I know people who have unstable hypertension, and now it's very stable, using just an pill per day. I know people who have had bad arthritis, they couldn't even come up here.
How do you see your future in BF SUMA?
Bright.
Yeah.
And I'm not ashamed. This morning I was talking to one of my very senior colleagues, and he asked me, please see me next week. I think what you're telling me is sounding interesting.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Do you have any message for the team here?
Yes. The message is the BF SUMA products work. And now I've learned the marketing plan is real. If you put your effort into it, you get the products. I mean, you get the results. You are in the right place, with the right frame of mind. What you need to do is to just get to the top.
Clap for him. Thank you. Now, you might think that's a small exercise. Like the lady I called her, she said, a partner. But lady, we are going to, whoever team is, if you are a team leader for her, please encourage her. Whenever you have this room and it's free in the morning, be coming and sitting down with your team and saying, let's do some exercise on how we can give our story in a better way. Before you sell the products, before you sell the opportunity, always remember to know how to sell yourself. People buy you before they buy the products and the opportunity. That's why doctor has said that somebody has, a senior person has said, hey, come and see me. It's the way the doctor is expressing himself. If you don't have a big team, I suggest you go to your children. And you go to your children and stand in front of them and say, watoto wangu mkae hapa chini, mimi naitwa Cyrus method. And I want to tell you my story. Let them say, Mama ni kichaa siku hizi ama baba ni kichaa na tuita na tupa. Practice with them. If they can't, go to the mirror. And you look at the mirror, straight in the mirror and say, good evening, Cyrus Methu. I want to tell you my story. I promise you, when you become good in giving your story, you can even sell anything in Mombasa. You get my point there, guys? You get my point? So work on these skills. They are very important for you. Work on those skills and you become a better one. We are about to end. Activity. What daily activities should you be doing here in Mombasa and everywhere in the world? You need to work your business daily. Turn to the person next to you and say, I will work my business daily.
I will work my business daily.
Because there are some of us who say, leo ni saa to, leo sitafanya biashara yangu. When you don't touch your business, your commissions go down. When you go to church, look around you. There's somebody who needs a product, or there's somebody who's telling you naomba fare. That's an opportunity for you. When you go in the lift, when you go in the matatu. I always tell you when I go in a matatu, which was 40 years ago because I'm driving now, I always sit katikati ya watu, sit in the middle of so many people and tell them I'm excited. They look at you and say, nini? Wambie napata pesa on 20th, every 20th. How? Wambie, take my number, I'll show you how to make the money. Makofi jamani. Get excited about every time you go, working your business every day and devoting your time for one-on-ones. You are given this nice place. You don't have to go and take coffee. If you take coffee, let's take BF SUMA coffee. You come with somebody and say, I want to get you some coffee. Where? Which restaurants? Tell them, my restaurant. You mean you have a restaurant? Yes, 8th floor Ambala House. You bring them here. Makofi jamani. You come and sit down with them. And when they see other people coming to buy, hata hao ndio watakuuliza, what are they doing? You tell them, that's why I invited you. I want you also to become your own distributor. Then you go into the business. So every day, always contact as many people as possible and devote your time on one-on-ones and attending training and events. Something else you need to do. Don't confuse work with accomplishment. You wake up early in the morning, you say, I'm going for my BF SUMA business. And then you try talking to people, but they don't come for meetings. You don't contact them again. You don't do one-on-ones. People don't come for training. You are not accomplishing in anything. It's like going to this wall here and trying to push this wall, not contacting, but you're still here saying, I'm BF SUMA, BF SUMA. I've seen people who have joined. The first day they joined with the kit, they got some products and they're so excited, but they kept it at home. They've even never used open the yellow book. You talk to them, you say, niko na kitabu kama hii nilipata nilipojoin. Because they don't accomplish anything, they kept it behind. Do things that you can measure. Incentives. You can measure incentive. You know, sometimes the things you're saying, what am I doing to measure? An incentive is one. When they say we are going to Dubai in April, from September 2021, do 1,000 PV, you can measure. So even if I didn't do 1,000 PV in December, I did 800, I can measure how I'm doing. If we are going to the beach for doing what, 200 PV? Yes. If you did you do 100? Start measuring yourself with incentives. They are a sign of showing how you are doing every time. Yeah. Something else, personal sponsoring. Always remember your biggest asset. If you are in the real estate business, the biggest asset you have are the houses and the farms and the shambas and the plots. If you own a security company, the biggest asset you have are the guns and the cars to take your soldiers there. If you run a network marketing business, your biggest number one asset is the people. Turn to the person next to you and say the people.
The people.
Yeah, the people. So, I want you to look behind this room. Look around. Are you looking around?
Yes.
Who can confidently say, Cyrus, I have at least 5 people in my team in this room? Stand up. If you have 5 people, stand up. So point at them. So when they point at you, you stand up. 1, 2. No, where bado, wacha atangulia. Where tangulia 3, 4, 5. Come on, you know she's your team leader. Stand up. Alice, see 6. Wait, anasema na Pedro. Unajua Pedro. Wait, she's proud of it. Clap for her, guys. Clap for her. She knows that this business will grow. You can have a seat now. Thank you so much. Now, I want you to, anybody who is in his team, hata kama ni chini yake, naomba usimame. Yes. 4, 5. Look at all that. That's his team and he's proud. Another one has stood. Clap for him. Now, okay, thank you so much. You can have a seat now. Now, you see, that's how our business works. Whenever you go to a training, always check around you and see how many people here can I say in my team. If you find you have very few people in your team in the meeting, then you are not doing too well with your personal sponsoring. Always make sure that you are doing that every time. And it's good for you to work on your first level. It increases the probability of growth. So if I have so many people on my first level, they bring in 2 people, they bring in 3 people. So sometimes we don't. We go down, deep down, and we are not personally sponsoring people. Work on your first level is very important. Then you share the knowledge, the skill, and the excitement with them. Team, let's go to the team now. Team sponsoring. Try and make sure that you share the knowledge and skill. The benefits of the team will come out of it. Next one, productivity. This is very important. What are you getting from your new people? Utilize what you got to generate product into their hands. If I go to Voi, I get this group of people here. And I'm so excited. I come to Malindi, I get all this group of people here. Woo, my business is growing. And then I go to Nairobi and I get this number of people. I have 30 people in the business. But my biggest question is this. Did they get product? Are they buying product? Or are they just my distributors? I have 30 distributors. So when I come back to Voi, she quit and joined another company. This one went to Abracadabra. This one went to I don't know which one. No more team in Voi. Because of what? I didn't show them that without products the business is not going to go. Productivity simply defined means using product and sharing to as many people as possible. Watu wa Mombasa nataka kuuliza swali. Can I ask the question? Yes. Are you going to make sure there is product in the hands of your people? Yes. Yes or yes? Yes. Yes or yes? Yes. We must make sure there is product. If there is no product in the hands of our distributors and customers, that is a pyramid scheme, okay? But when we have people who joined our business and are enjoying the benefits of our business and are sharing to as many people, that's what is going to make you back to number 1. What wa Mombasa, I'm asking you again. Are you going to share the products? Yes or yes? Yes. Are you going to talk to as many people as possible? Yes or yes? Yes. You cannot sell on an empty wagon. That's what we say in sales. You cannot sell on an empty wagon, and limit the choices. Don't try selling everything. Become an expert in the X-Power. Unless people call you, yule ni menzawa X-Power. Become an expert in some of them. Yes. There are 50 products, you can't become an expert in all of them. So I always say, what's your specialty? If you're good at weight loss, become a weight loss champion. If you're good at, immunity, become an immunity expert. And that way now you can expand that way, right? Yes. You get my point? Fantastic. So, leadership. Now, we've got 5 minutes, my friend MC. If I take more than 5 minutes, please stay longer here. I want to mention these things here. Oh, 1 minute. This is, not this. We can't do this today. I just want to talk to leaders. There are very many leaders in Mombasa, I have realized. And don't worry about this. You'll be left with these notes. And if you follow us on live, we cover this session on cycle training. This is what I want to. I have 5 slides I want to share with you. The habits. When somebody says, who is a leader? Who is a leader? Because some of you here might not, maybe you started yesterday, but it's good for you to learn some of these tips here. When somebody says that you're a leader, then you need to follow some of these habits that I'm going to talk about here. Yeah? The first one, attitude. You must have an amazing attitude that your team sees you and they say that's our mentor. That when you have the ability to accept things as they are, to motivate others, then you're going to build altitude into others. So leaders, you are the example. People want to see you as a leader. Leaders, are you there? Yes. So that's my first tip to you. The next thing is that you must have commitment. Apart from having a positive mental attitude all the time, always be committed to attending the events. Hapo wapi yule leader leo hajafika, jana hakufika, alikuwa busy. Your team loses out. They don't think they have a leader. And that's why you find some people don't have leaders who they want to work with their upline. Have you seen that sometimes? Because you're not there for them. You must be committed to prospecting yourself and sponsoring. If you're a leader, you must be committed to making your goals and your dreams. If you're a leader, you must be committed to doing whatever it takes to become successful. Can you say commitment? Commitment. What's the commitment to a soldier? The commitment to an army commander is knowing that enemy fire is on the other side, but I'm leading my troops. Whether they is going to kill me first, I am the man. I will lead them. That's the commitment of an army commander. What's the commitment of a boxer? He has been hit, his nose is broken, he's bleeding, it's the 12th round, but he's still trying to get up to fight. That's his commitment, to try and win. What's the commitment of a nurse? Being called at midnight. She's at home with the children, but she's called because of an emergency at Aga Khan Hospital. What's the commitment of a networker? The commitment of a networker is to make sure that every time they inspire and attract other people. They attend events every time. They prospect together with their teams every time. Leaders, are you there? Yes. Say commitment. Commitment. Now, a good leader is a good reader. I come from Limuru. Sisi wa Kikuyu tuna shida ya L and R. Some people say a good reader is a good reader. You get the difference? But I say it right now, a good leader is a good reader. Let's say it together. A good leader is a good reader. Yeah, you need to read the right books. You need to go for the right trainings. You need to learn a lot. Don't say, I would if I could. You must say, I will now. Understand that failure is not an option. Leaders, are you there? Yes. All right. Discipline. Can you say discipline? Discipline. Discipline is the foundation upon which all success is built. Lack of discipline will inevitably lead to failure. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. Leaders create daily discipline. Daily discipline of contacting 10 people every day. Doing 5 one-on-ones every day. Attending 1 training every day. Following up with my customers every day. Meeting my team in a team CISO once a week. Those disciplines are very important. But sometimes I ask some leaders, do you do a team CISO? And Anulisa, what is a team CISO? Do you meet with your team once a week? No. That's my upline who does that, not me. No. As long as you're a leader, you need to make sure that you're meeting your team. Are you learning something there? Yes. And you must take action as a leader. How can you say you are the one who is a leader and yet you're not taking action with your team? We've talked about the activities you take all the time. Next thing, you must take personal responsibility of your failure or your success. Yeah? You must be driven to excellence, to be better than average, and to be prepared to pay the price. You must be ready. Don't blame the company. Don't blame the products. Don't blame the business opportunity meeting. Don't blame the training room at Wangeweka AC. There are times when we always have a t-shirt called Blame Me. Blame me, blame me, you let politics. Every time, ile team haiendi mbali. Every time you're blaming something, I want you to remove that t-shirt called Blame Me syndrome. Remove it and take responsibility. Makofi jamani. Take responsibility. Yeah, you take control of your business and don't be focused so much on what's happening. Be focused on the end result. Who is going to be #1 next month in the whole world in BF SUMA? Who's going to be #1? Which branch is going to be number one? Which branch is going to be number one? Yes. So focus, make sure you focus on the dreams of other people, and it's going to be able to work for you. And this is very important. Leaders have a passion for what they do. So have the passion, have the inner passion to do it. Now let's go to this one. We have so many and I'm leaving it here. Leaders, they love what they do and they have fun. Are we going to have fun after this meeting? Yes. If you find that your business is growing or is not growing, maybe you're not having fun with your team. How many people go with their small team for dancing? Yeah? Yeah, you need to. You need to be having some fun. Right? Do you do that? Oh yes, you need to be having some fun with your leaders. If you're not, this is what I used to do when I was in another company. By the 15th of the month, the people who have already hit certain PV, we are going to go and have a nice buffet lunch. Every time, before the commissions are paid out. And the numbers used to increase every month. This was not the company, it was not my leader, it was me doing it with my small team. And we brought in so much. You should have seen me in my dancing shoes. Can I dance for you right now? Yes. Unfortunately, there's no music here today. You must have some fun when you go out there. And you must have a vision. Now, let's look at this last thing here. Whether you, we are finishing now, whether you want to come on stage. Hi, lady. What's your name? What's your name? No, what's your name? Yeah? Zipporah. Let's say hi to Zipporah. You see, Zipporah, we all love you. Okay. We are not saying it out of that because I know there are so many people who do not want to come on stage the first time. But leaders, are you in the house? Yes. Please encourage them. Be doing small meetings here. You can even have your small presentation here, another small one here. When leaders become very good in presenting, everybody in Mombasa will be saying, I want you to say this, BF SUMA. Can you say BF SUMA like you mean it? BF SUMA. That's what Coca-Cola did. When you wake up and you come out of your house, there's a sign of Coca-Cola. Am I right? Yes. We want that when everybody wakes up, they see somebody from BF SUMA. From BF SUMA. I want you to stand up, all of you, even the ladies sleeping there. Oh, we need to give her some coffee. I want you to hold your chest there, with one hand and one arm out there. And you say it like you mean it. Are you ready? Yes. I want you to say this after me. Are you ready? Yes. From today, I will take responsibility. For my actions. I will stop blaming others. I will stop blaming my team. From today, I will sponsor like crazy. I will TTP. I will talk to people. From today, I will talk to 10 people every day. From today, I will do 3 one-on-ones every day. I will never miss a training. And from today, I will be reading good books. I will be watching videos. And from today, I'm going to have fun with my team. I am going to learn my team with all their names. And they will invite me home. And I will know the color of their carpet. And in that way, I will have built relationships. I will not think about the activities. Because at the end of the day, if my team wins, I become a senior crown. Watch this space, guys. Because what you see is the next senior crown winner. Thank you, everybody. And success wherever everybody goes out there. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Please sit kindly. Hello. Enjoy. Have you learned a lot? Yes. I've had a chance. Nimepata nafasi ya kukaa na kiongozi Professor Cyrus. So nimeona akifanya hizo vitu practically, venye anawaambia vile huwa anafanya. So, niko na announcement tatu ningependa kumake. Niko na announcement tatu ambazo nataka kufanya. Kwanza, very important. Ya kwanza wamesema msiondoke, ndio muambiwe vile tutaondoka hapa, tunaendaje, watu wanaingiaje kwa hizo hizo shuttle, na basically tukue updated ya vile tutakuwa sawa sawa. But leo ni siku yetu, ni siku yako, hakuna kitu kingine ya maana tunafaa except to celebrate kazi yetu sawa sawa. So kama ni red carpet tunakanyaga sawa sawa, wakiweka music, wakisema mkuje mdance na tunaanza na Zipora. Nimesikia Zipora ndio queen of dance hall. Yeye ndio nasikia anatuongoza. Ni kweli. Kwa hivyo ikikuwa ni time yako, kuna celebrate hard work yako, kuna celebrate team yako. Sawa sawa. So kitu kimoja ambacho nataka kuwakumbusha ni I wish angekuwa hapa to celebrate, because nimekuwa notified that the most ule mtu ambaye anaweka training kama hizi zikiendelea hapa tukikuja tutamsema ndio huyo ameingia. Wacha tu celebrate Miriam in style. Mpigeni makofi. So nataka kumpatie igwe tatu mzuri, alafu nitamwambia nifanye ampatie igwe. Thank you very much. Now the reason yenye nataka appreciate kwa sababu ukikuja hapa haujui chochote, lazima ukuwe na haya mafundisho, si ndio? Na ule kuna mtu amejitolea, halipui, amejitolea tu ku make sure kila siku mtu akiingia hapa amefundishwa, then wewe mwenyewe unajua. Alafu neno unakuja na watu wako, wageni wako wamekuja hapa, na kuna bado amejitolea still same kila siku bila kuchoka, January to December, 6 days a week, to make sure that wewe ukiingia hapa na watu wako iko mtu wako hapa kuwafundisha. Sawa sawa? Ndio maana tunakurecognize. Sana. Together with all the other trainers ambao mko hapa. Now, ile movement ambayo tumeanza na kutokana na hapo umeona Professor